Picture this. It's a Tuesday morning, and you're standing in line at your local stop, but you aren't reaching for your wallet or digging for cash. Instead, you pull out your smartphone, open the Starbucks app, and scan a barcode. You do it because it's easy, user-friendly, and most importantly, because you want those stars to earn a free drink later. It feels like a simple transaction for a morning coffee, but beneath that scan lies one of the most brilliant financial strategies in modern business history. Most people look at Starbucks and see a coffee company, but if you look at their balance sheets, you realize that Starbucks is operating surprisingly like a bank. You see, unlike a traditional transaction where you pay for goods at the moment of purchase, Starbucks asks you to deposit money onto their digital card before you buy anything. This creates a massive pool of stored value money that customers have willingly lent to the company, interest-free, in exchange for loyalty points. Now, let's look at the scale of this operation. By 2022, the amount of money customers had loaded onto Starbucks cards reached a staggering $1.7 billion. That is $1.7 billion in cash that Starbucks can use immediately to invest, open new outlets, or grow their operations, all without paying a cent of interest to a bank. As investor Neil Patel noted, this essentially gives Starbucks an interest-free line of credit, something no other competitor in the food industry has managed to replicate at this magnitude. But the brilliance of the strategy doesn't stop at interest-free loans. There is also the concept of breakage. This is the industry term for the money left on gift cards that is never spent. Maybe you lost the physical card, or maybe you left a balance of 50 cents on your app that you never used. In 2019 alone, Starbucks recognized over $140 million in revenue purely from this unredeemed money. That is virtually 100% profit margin revenue, just from people forgetting to spend their own cash. The impact of this Starbucks card ecosystem is massive. When you analyze the financials, you find that this program isn't just a side project. It accounted for roughly 41% of their business revenue in 2019. To put that in perspective, compare it to other loyalty heavyweights. GameStop's program ratio was around 15%, and AMC Theaters was at 10%. Starbucks is in a league of its own, creating a financial fortress that allows them to weather storms that sink other retailers. This financial fortress proved its worth during the COVID-19 pandemic. While other cafes and retailers were fighting for survival, Starbucks actually managed to grow its footprint to 18,000 outlets. Why? Because they had already changed consumer behavior. Their customers were addicted to the rewards and comfortable with the mobile ecosystem. The app allowed them to pivot seamlessly to mobile ordering and safe pickups, keeping the cash flow alive when physical interaction was limited. We saw this digital transformation ripple across the globe, including in places like Indonesia. Since launching the mobile app locally, Starbucks Indonesia empowered customers across the archipelago to pay via barcode, earning stars and redeeming rewards, just like their counterparts in the US. With rising smartphone penetration in Southeast Asia, this wasn't just about selling coffee. It was about locking the customer into a digital ecosystem that drives agility and resilience. Ultimately, the story of Starbucks isn't really about the Frappuccino or the beans. It is a story about how a company used technology to transform its customers into willing lending partners. By combining a food and beverage system with what is essentially a banking system, they didn't just secure loyalty, they secured a permanent flow of free capital. So, the next time you reload your Starbucks card, remember, you aren't just buying coffee, you are funding a global financial powerhouse. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more.